Hello, everybody. Dwayne Grimm here, also known as Demonic, and tonight we are watching a scary movie. The movie I picked out tonight is Black Xmas, Black Christmas, the original. I think with the holidays around the corner, this is a nice little movie to watch. This is the first time I'm going to be doing something like this on the channel. They're kind of just little movie nights. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by the channel, checking it out. Like I said, this is the first time I'm kind of doing something like this. I've just been interested in the idea for a while now of kind of just having these little movie nights and times where we can just watch certain movies here on the channel. It's one of my favorite things to just be able to sit back, relax, and enjoy movies, especially with some of my fans here. So I felt like this would be a nice little addition to the channel for us. The website where I'm watching this is actually Tubi. You can watch free movies and shows
Hey, who
online.
left the goddamn front door open? Oh, by the way, how come I was the only one there working tonight?
We were there this afternoon, Bar.
A likely story.
How's it look?
Youlish, very Youlish. Have you got your Santa Claus suit ready?
Yeah. What time do little bastards arrive?
At 1 o'clock.
Terrific.
Hello? Pardon? Who? Bob, it's for you. Long distance. Oh, great. Hang on, I'll take it in the other room.
I've always enjoyed the original Black Christmas. I'm hoping that more towards December we can watch the 2006 remake. The 2006 remake always gets a lot of hate, but I remember watching it as a kid. For some reason, Christmas and horror movies always just kind of have a special place in my heart. So
Would you guys shut up in there? I can't hear a damn thing.
we're gonna try to
Hello?
watch that one too.
Mom, hang on, I can't hear you. Operator, I can't hear what's coming from the other end. Can you? Yeah. Fine, okay.
Party's over. Come on, all the men out. Come on. Bye-bye.
No, operator, I still can't hear.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, I can hear you now.
we're just having a little party. No, I've had a couple. Oh, come on, I'm not drunk. No, I have some stuff to do in the afternoon. And then I was just gonna get the 7:20 train into the city.
For anybody that doesn't know, this movie was released in 1974. It's often considered to be the first true North American slasher film. It was released the same year as Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And
Can I come too?
when you really think about the slasher franchise, you can see how
Good night.
it started off as a lot of that
You're a
first
real
person kind of
gold-plated whore,
angle.
Mother.
See you next
know
week.
that? Okay. Hey, call before you come. I'm gonna have to get my parents used to
I'll just get a couple of my
What I
friends
really
and we'll
love
go skiing.
more about classic horror movies
Yeah,
is,
sure,
to
I'm
me,
fine.
they were always
See you around.
based around a lot more of suspense and actually keeping the audience intrigued and actually keeping their eyes on the screen. It almost
Christmas
feels
music
like
back
the
on.
more you watch the screen, sometimes the more details you can find and the little things you can point out.
You wanna go skiing for a few days? Yeah, sure, Bob. My mother's taking a place up at Mont Holly's. Anyone else want to come? Yeah, sounds like fun. Great. How about you, Claire? No thanks, Barb. I've made some other plans. I'll get it. Hello? Hello?
This is one of
Hello?
the first of many disturbing phone calls that
Hey,
the
quiet!
surviving
It's him
sisters
again!
will
The
receive
Mona!
on this Christmas night.
He's expanded his act. Could that be one person? No, Claire, that's the Mormon Tabernacle Choir doing their annual obscene phone call.
Let me stay. You big cunt. You big cunt. You big cunt.
Lick it. Let me lick your pretty piggy cunt. Pretty big cunt. Pretty big cunt. I make your pretty big clit. I'm like a tuning fork, baby.
The person on the other end of the perverted psychotic phone call is actually the director of the movie. Now, the ladies playing these characters
Listen, you
didn't
pervert, why don't you go
know
over to Lambacon?
what the director was going to say over these phone calls. It was actually a surprise to them. And he wanted to make them
You should go find a wall
almost
socket and stick your
feel
tongue
like
in it.
as
That'll give you a
unsettling,
charge.
almost as uncomfortable as possible. Because again,
You
this is a
fucking
horror movie,
creep.
and they really wanted to add authenticity back in the day to their films. This is one of the first of its kind, so you can imagine how back then they wanted the actors to really
Super tongue strikes again.
portray more real
This tongue in the west.
on screen
I'm
than
sick. I really don't think you
unbelievable.
should provoke somebody like
As
that,
always,
Bart.
as you should
Oh,
always.
listen, this
But
guy's
horror
minor
movies
league in the
to
city. I
me
get 2 of those a
sometimes
day,
aren't always
maybe.
taken seriously.
You know, that
right,
town
as
girl
other
was raped a
movies.
couple of
And
weeks ago.
it's kind of important to me that
You can't
you've
rape
noticed
a
things like
county.
that in the earlier
You
films
really
of
are
horror.
too much, Barb. Oh, come on,
Like
this
I
is a
said, it was
sorority
always
house,
more
not a
based around
convent.
suspense. It was based around
I'll
things
see
like
you later. I'm gonna go
authenticity
pack.
from the actors actually getting real reactions from them in these movies instead of them just kind of
Come on, Claire. She didn't
already
mean
being
anything.
prepared
No,
and
really, Jess,
already
it's okay.
knowing, okay, well,
I have to finish
this
packing
phone
anyway.
call is going to happen. He's going to say this. I respond like this. No, these
Hasn't
were
he had
actual
enough trouble
phone
sitting in
calls.
here
They
without you
didn't know
getting at
what
her all the time?
they didn't know what would be said, how they would react to it.
Can I get a hand out here?
Speaking of professional virgins, here we have the Queen of Vaudeville, circa 1891. Where have you been?
I've been shopping. You know, I think the stores must take tacky lessons this time of year. I never saw such a bunch of
Mrs.
junk.
Mac, come in the other room. We've got a surprise for you. Come on.
Another coffee and motor.
Now, people have always said that the remake, the 2006 Black Christmas, is worse for more reasons than one. I mean, we'll get to that probably in another video, but to me, they're both classics. I mean, I can watch them kind of back to back in a way. Not so much the more recent one. I believe it was like 2014 or like 2016. One of those years. It was definitely the more recent Black Christmas. That one I'm not very particular on. I will skip that one. But the 1974 and the 2006 one I really enjoy.
Claude? Is that you, Puss? Kitty? Who is that? Who is it? Claude? Who is that? Who is it? It's really beautiful. Everything. No, it's really lovely. Got about as much use for this as a chastity.
Oh, come on, Mrs. Mac, put it on.
On? Oh, come on. I'm not going to bed. No. Please. Put it on. Anything for you girls? Because it's Christmas. Up, hey? Oh, yeah, come on. Everybody takes a little something, won't take long. Come on. The girls. Just a little cooperation.
Again, building the suspense of these classic horror films, how it's just these panoramic shots of the house and little scenes that kind of just foreshadow what's to come.
Before booze. There you are.
I love how she knows that there's just a bottle of whiskey or alcohol just chilling in this fucking book already, just waiting for her. Like she's left it there like all year. She
Jess,
just like looks forward
you
to that the
girls
next
are just
Christmas.
too good to me.
Oh, nonsense, Mrs. Mack.
Hello?
Hello, is Jess there, please?
Yeah, wait a second, Peter. Jess, it's for you. It's him.
I love the classic phones too so much. I mean, you're
Hello?
never gonna see those with like the way
Oh, it
times
was
are
good.
nowadays.
Too
So
bad
it's
you couldn't
very
make it.
interesting how back in the day you had to dial each
Yes, I
number
know.
Jess, dear, you won't forget to put out the lights.
You've got to find some time. I've got
by
to talk to
literally
you.
turning the entire dial
You sound
of
funny.
your
What's the
fucking
matter?
phone.
Nothing's the matter. I just want to talk to you.
Why don't you tell me now?
Because I want to talk to you face to face.
Jess, I haven't been to bed in 3 nights. I'm just not in the mood to be playing games.
Look, Peter, we'll talk about it tomorrow, okay?
Okay, I'll be in room 30 all day.
All right. I'll see you around 2.
I didn't mean to sound short with you. I guess I'm just exhausted, okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
I love you.
I know. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, good night.
So the joke is pretty much that she's looted the entire fucking house with just her own personal bottles of party punch. And I'm telling you, she's got to do this like every Christmas. Every year, she's just like got this hidden throughout the house. I'm surprised like the killer hasn't gotten to these before her.
Claire? Claire?
Little baby bunting, daddy's gone a-hunting, gone to fetch a rabbit skin to wrap his baby in.
So nobody checks the house. Nobody gets into the room. It is kind of presumed that Claire just leaves. She's no longer at the house.
Oh, thank you. It's okay. I'm sorry. I should have been keeping a better watch on them. I think so. Yeah, well, I said I was sorry.
Dude's got one of the
Excuse
most
me.
Canadian accents in any horror movie.
I
I've
hate to
ever
bother
heard.
you. I can see that you're busy, but I wonder if you could help me. You see, I was supposed to meet my daughter here at 1 o'clock. It's half past now, and she's still not here. Her name's Claire Harrison. Do you know her?
Claire Harrison? Yeah, I think so.
I know she lives in a sorority house. It's called, Kappa Sig.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, Kappa is our sister sorority. Some of the girls are over here today, but I haven't seen Claire. The place isn't far. I'll tell you how to get there.
Ho, 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 shit.
Santa, please.
Look, she's supposed to be going away with me for the weekend, goddammit.
Well, we
knows how to
decided
get
that
there
we
like
would go
the back
skiing
end
for a few
thing.
days.
Yeah, and I've been looking forward to this for 3 weeks.
This miserable
Bitch.
Santa Claus just
Isn't Santa
he is not
naughty?
feeling this right now.
Ho, 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 fuck.
I just don't know, Mr. Harrison. Her clothes are all packed and ready to go. I'll bet you'll find her over at the common room. They're having a party there today for underprivileged children.
Yes, I know. I'm very disappointed in this atmosphere. I intend to do something about it. Who's this?
The fucking artwork in this one room.
That's a friend of Claire's, a very nice young man from the town, Chris Hayden.
I didn't send my daughter here to be drinking and picking up boys.
Oh, Claire's a good girl, Mr. Harrison. I wouldn't want you to get the wrong idea about that. She is a good girl. I'm sure you'll find her at the fraternity house. As a matter of fact, I could show you the way. I have to go to a store near there, if you wouldn't mind giving me a lift.
I know where it is, but I'll be glad to give you a ride.
She's trying to give a little more than a ride. She's trying to get a little more than something.
This is very, very kind of you, Mr. Harrison. I'll just get my bag.
Mr. Harrison better watch out for her, yo. She been hiding bottles all throughout the sorority house all year, so you gotta try to like be on your toes around that one.
I didn't send my daughter here to...
Your dinner party was a hit. Your dishwasher took a hit. Your teen is giving laundry a try. Your dryer left you hung out to dry. Date night with the crush. Your toilet won't flush. Luckily, American Home Shield is there to fix or replace covered appliances and home systems to help you stay on course and budget. Protect what you don't expect. Visit ahs.com and get a free quote today.
to be drinking and picking up boys. Tough shit. You're supposed to be responsible for the morals of every girl in this goddamn house. These broads have the leaning tower of Pisa if they can get up there. I do my best. I don't know what the bastards expect of me. Christ's
Just
sake.
imagine how loaded she was, like, after each scene.
What?
Like, if she had to, like, constantly, like, redo the scene
Is that you, Claudicus?
for whatever reason, and just keep sipping on the bottle.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Come on, Claude. Come say goodbye to Mommy.
She comes out the room wearing, like, half
Is
lipstick,
that you, Claude? Oh,
dropping shit all out,
Claude,
all
look
out
what
of
you
her
made me
purse.
do.
But what she doesn't know,
Come on, Claude. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Come on, Claude. I gotta go.
Claude
Here,
is not
kitty.
the one she needs to be worried about.
God damn it, Claude, you little prick. This is very kind of you, Mr. Harrison.
Think nothing of it.
Claire's body is still upstairs. Nobody has found her, and nobody knows. Besides the killer.
I'm pregnant.
What?
I'm pregnant.
Jess, that's fantastic.
I don't want it.
You don't want it?
No. I'm going to have an abortion.
You can't make a decision like that. You haven't even asked me.
I wasn't even going to tell you.
Jess, I want us to have a baby.
Peter, I can't.
Oh, Christ, Jess. Don't you ever consider anyone but yourself?
I've thought this out very carefully, and I know what I'm going to do.
Do you know how important this afternoon is to me?
The writing to me in these
Yes, I do.
movies, the 1974 and the 2006 versions,
Why did you just get out of here?
is definitely fucked. I mean, they have this abortion storyline going on in this one, and then in the 2006 one, it's basically an affair, but both of them are fucked. You're never gonna win with either of these, and I could do without either of these
I want to talk to you tonight.
little side quests in
There's
here,
nothing
but
to discuss, Peter.
I think there is.
from this
I'm
point on,
not gonna change my
Peter
mind.
basically
We'll
becomes
see.
an asshole, and
You be there at 9 o'clock?
you
Yes.
never really
Okay, I'll see you
know
tonight.
why she doesn't want to be with Peter, or why she doesn't want to have the baby. I guess it's
Yes,
just
dear.
because she's
I'm
young and she
sure there's
has her
nothing
whole
wrong.
future ahead of her. But
Yes.
in
I've just been talking
1974,
with a friend
you
of
know,
hers. She's going to call around for me.
Yeah, it's all
you
right.
could say that your
Yes,
future
well,
was
if we don't have any luck,
probably
I'll go to the police.
5 kids and
Yes. Well, I don't think we will.
trying to raise them to be
It's a
some
bit late
kind
to head out now.
of
They
football
boy, brother
star.
Schnockert, son of a bitch.
Or in Peter's case, since he's so Canadian, a
Goodbye,
hockey
dear.
star, the next Wayne Gretzky, if you will. But she's not with any of that. She's not even down to have one, so Peter's gonna have to find another chick.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Still answering the phone. What's the matter with you?
Oh, hell, not again. Billy? Oh, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number.
But your mother and I must know it. Where did you put the baby, Betsy?
You've got the wrong number.
Where did you put Agnes, Billy?
Look, I'm telling you, you have the wrong number.
What your mother and I must know is... Billy!
So an interesting phone call there, because obviously whoever her and Peter had that conversation was a little bit of a private location. So how did the killer know about it? How did he know that she's pregnant, or that she wants to have an abortion, or even what she said exactly to Peter? I mean, she repeated exactly what was said in the conversation. So it kind of shows you that the killer is in more places than just a
Well, what
house.
the hell are you planning to do about it?
You. Shut up.
You know, for a public servant, I think your attitude really sucks.
Shut up. Now, Mr. Harrison, if you're convinced your daughter is missing, you can fill out one of these forms.
I like how she just does not give a fuck in this.
I don't know if it's any
station. She's open
consolation,
in a
but
can of
90%
beer.
of
She's
the time,
smoking.
girls
Like I
report
said,
missing from the college
1974.
for eradicating
These were
some
pretty much your
over the
priorities
boyfriend.
at this point.
Thanks.
Not a whole lot interesting
That's not
stuff
much
going on in
consolation.
America. So when you got a chance to go down to the
here,
police
let
station,
me
crack one, you were pretty much open to do so.
we gotta get Mr. Reynolds to fix this door.
And you can tell, like, she is just loaded too. I mean,
Oh, Mrs. Mack, there was another one of those calls just now.
Miss Mac is fucking
Oh, what there, dear?
more wobbly than a penguin in
It's
Antarctica
weird.
in a
Some
fucking
woman
blizzard.
screaming, then a man wailing.
Claire Harrison's father was here today.
Oh, really? I'm sorry I didn't get to say goodbye to her.
Well, you still might. Claire didn't meet him where she was supposed to. I thought she went over to the fraternity.
Where is it? Those bottles don't drink their salt, for God's sake. Eureka.
Excuse me. Could you give me the number at the
This
sorority
man's at
house?
the bottom of the bottle.
Please.
She's gonna have to run to the liquor store, grab a few more.
Yeah, sure. It's, fellatio 20880.
Fellatio 20880.
Fellatio. It's a new exchange. FE.
It's a new one on me. How do you spell it?
Capital F E little L LATIO.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Chris!
Hi, what's up?
Have you seen Claire today?
No, she went home.
No, she didn't. No one knows where she is.
Are you serious?
I thought maybe she was with you, or at least you might have heard from her.
No, not since last night.
I love how
Well,
we
her
just
father
get
came
this
to pick her up
random
at 1 o'clock
add-on
today, and
with
she didn't
this
show.
goalie here, and
So
she
he went
asks
down to the
about
police
Claire.
station with Phil and
But
Bob.
it's like,
What
wouldn't
happened?
you rather just like have Peter in
They
this
didn't
scene,
take it
like playing
seriously.
hockey, just fucking
Why?
bodying somebody, like taking his
I don't
anger out
know.
because like his
I think he
girlfriend
figured
doesn't
she
want to
was
like have his
trapped
kid, and
somewhere.
now his entire like hockey dreams are ruined. Potentially his entire future is just like crumbling in front of his eyes, and he just has to accept it, or it's either just break up with her, or, you know. I mean, you could. And instead you get this kind of like bullshit scene where like Peter's playing the piano. We all know that's not what Peter does when he's angry, right? This isn't like his profession. This isn't like his day job. He's not a fucking pianist. He's not like musician who should be out here auditioning of any sort right now. I mean, there's a fucking killer out there in his girlfriend's sorority house, so his priorities are a little fucking sidetracked. And these guys are just not impressed with the imposter Beethoven performance.
Well, she's out for Christmas
Yeah,
holidays.
Peter, you didn't get the
but
gig.
There was a band practice over at the high school this afternoon, and Janice plays the clarinet. And when she didn't come home, I phoned Melody Green. That's her best friend. And they hadn't seen her all day. She's only 13 years old, Lieutenant, and my husband's a trucker. He's out on the road, and so I came over here.
Yeah, well, is it really so unusual for her to be just a few hours late, Mrs. Quaid?
Oh, yes. She should have been home at noon. We were going to buy a present for her father.
Nash, you stupid son of a bitch. You got a big goddamn mouth.
What the hell are you talking about?
Hi, Chris. How's your brother?
It's really cool to see John.
Ken, I gotta talk to you.
What's up?
Again,
I want to
this
know why
is
nothing's being
considered
done
one of the
about
first
Claire Harrison being missing and why
slasher
this
movies.
idiot gets away with saying the things he does.
I'm very happy that he is taking this role
You're a
seriously
friend of
and he
Claire
wanted to
Harrison?
be involved
Yeah,
with
I've been
this.
taking her out.
Yeah, I've been
Well, this
taking
is,
her out.
Jess.
That's like one of my
She
favorite
lives in the same
lines from the
sorority
movie,
house as
too.
Claire.
It just doesn't
All
get more
right, come on
Canadian
in.
than the Scully right
Sergeant, bring me the file on the Harrison girl. take care of this.
It's a question about Claire Harrison, and he just lets Lieutenant John Saxon know, I've been taking her out.
I do wish you'd try to eat something, Mr. Harrison. Starving yourself isn't going to help the situation at all.
No, thank you very much, Mrs. McHenry, but I just have no appetite. I feel I should be doing something, but I don't know what.
Well, why don't you just try to stop worrying? The best thing you can do is stay right here. I'm sure she'll call or show up soon.
But you just knew what to do.
Did you know? This is a very little known fact, but did you know that there's a certain species of turtle? There's a certain species of turtle that can screw for 3 days without stopping. You don't believe me, do you? Well, I mean, how could I make something like that up?
It's rated R, but we have actually seen very little deaths up until this point.
No, really? They just 3 days, 24 hours a day.
This isn't the kind of movie where you're going to see a lot of nudity.
Can you believe that?
Gore.
3 days?
It's not like a Splatterhouse
I'm lucky
kind
if I
of
get
movie.
3 minutes.
But for its time, it was a slasher.
Because I went down to the zoo and I watched them. It was very boring. Well, actually, I didn't stay for the whole 3 days. I went over and I watched the zebras because they only take 30 seconds. Premature ejaculation.
And even when you think about the deaths that we've seen in this movie, they haven't been very violent, at least, And the reason I think that this movie had so much of an R rating is mainly because of the vulgar language in it, and for its time.
You think it's my fault, don't you?
Sorority girls being hunted down in a house on Christmas.
That's what you're all thinking. Why don't you just come right out and say it?
Is a little
You
bit
think
of
that
a
I
scary
drove her away?
idea for 1974
If she's dead, you're gonna blame me.
So.
Bob, for God's sake. Well, that's what we're all thinking. Why doesn't someone just come right out and say it?
Barb, dear, you've had too much to drink. Mr. Harrison...
I don't give a shit about Mr. Harrison. I'm sick and tired of everyone in this house insinuating stuff and not coming out with what they mean.
Barb, why don't you go upstairs and lie down for a while?
Shut up. And you leave me alone. God damn you. You think it's my fault, don't you? You've been implying it all afternoon.
Barb, you're drunk. Go to bed.
A lot of this movie was actually shot in Toronto, which is kind of why a lot of the characters have Canadian accents. A lot of hockey references, a lot of those Canadian references. But it was so popular in North America. Just an interesting decision as well to have so much of a Toronto and Canadian influence on the movie. Toronto also shot out, I believe it's estimated that the budget for Black Christmas 1974 was around $690,000. So just a bit over 500,000, a little bit over half a million.
Yes, where's Mr. Harrison? He's in the dining room.
But honestly, to make a horror movie in 1974 with just a little over $500,000, I mean, that's fucking incredible. This movie had a lot of budget. It had it could have had a lot of promotion. I'm not sure. Obviously, I wasn't alive in the fucking early 70s, but it was released. I think it was released and distributed by
Bill.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Bill. Listen,
So,
I'm sure Claire will be all right.
once again, shout out Warner Brothers. I
I'm
love
going
you
to go to my
guys.
sister's for the holidays, so I
And
might not be here when you get
it's
there.
interesting that one of the
Just
first
checking on Bob
horror
before you
movies
leave.
that
Could you
we're
do that?
actually
Of course I
reviewing on
will.
the
And you
channel is
bundle up.
We'll
Warner
be all right,
Brothers
Mrs.
movie
Mack.
because, well, again, I just love them so much. So that kind of just hit me right now while I was recording this.
Coming out on this cold night to help. Now, Mrs. Quaith has told us that Janice most likely came through this park on her way home from school today. So the first thing we'll do is comb the park. When I tell you, I want you all to assemble on the south edge of the park with your assigned officer, and then we'll just walk through the park. Spread out evenly, don't bunch up. There'll be 2 sets of dogs leading the way. Just spread out and follow them. George and Carly, stay out on the flanks. The fumes will mess up the dogs, and don't go more than 10 miles an hour or you'll be no use to us. Now, if any of you find anything, I want you to send someone out immediately to report it to me. Is that clear? Are there any questions? Okay, let's go.
My favorite character in the movie is definitely Barbara, played by Margot Kidder, I believe her name is pronounced. And then my least favorite character in the movie is definitely Peter. I just kind of feel like a lot of the scenes with Peter could have been better, and he's just kind of a douchebag from the rest of the movie throughout. So, like I said, a lot of his scenes definitely could have been put to better use, but you get what you give in 1974.
Alligators come through the gate, but goodbye, leg, if you get away late. Lollies always love to pop.
Also, bonus brownie points to anybody in the comments who can name the song that she was singing, Miss Mac. Alligators come to the gate.
All right, I hear you. Claude? Claude?
Miss Mac's pussy is basically getting a little crazy in the attic, so she's got to go tame that.
Claude? 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 Where are you?
Miss Mac got more wild pussy than Carol Baskins in a Cincinnati zoo.
Claude? How'd you get up in the attic, Claude? Sheesh. All right, goddammit, you can wait.
Miss Mac got more jungle fever than Tarzan.
Claude, are you up here?
This time.
Jesus Christ, I don't see how it could be up here. Claude? Jesus, Claude, now look what you made me do. Jesus, I've got to clean this place up one of these days. Claude? Claude? I can't see a damn thing. Claude? God damn it, Claude, I'm gonna have you fixed.
course, the first person who finds Claire's body is just murdered on sight.
Anybody there? Anybody there?
I'm gonna have to speak. Peter's coming around and I'm late already.
It's cold.
Yeah, I'll be coming home soon, too. I'm freezing. Okay, see you.
We'll let you know if anything happens.
Send my baby.
Easiest place. It's all right.
So now the families are finally finding out what is happening and occurring here in Toronto. I'm not sure if the movie takes place in Toronto. I would assume so, because there is so much Canadian reference.
Hello? Look, who is this? What do you want? Why are you doing this? Who are you? For God's sake, what are you doing?
I know what you did, Billy! Filthy Billy! 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 Billy!
Stop this! Oh, Jesus Christ. Mrs. Mack? Mrs. Mack, are you home?
Also, one of the rare
Mrs.
holidays
Mack, are you up there?
Canadians and Americans celebrate together is Christmas. Miss Mac got more Pink Panther than Steve Martin in a diamond exchange district. I think it would just be great, like, if you seen fucking Miss Mac's body just come tumbling down the stairs and, like, break the railing here.
Yes, hello? I've been getting obscene phone calls and I want to know what can be done about it. Yes, all right, I'll hold, but only for a moment.
again,
Jesus,
a lot
you
of things
you scared the hell
those
out of me. Why didn't you
classic
say
horror movies
something?
did back in
Yeah?
the day was just the element of surprise,
Well.
right? Suspense.
You scared the hell out of me, too. What was all that yelling about? I was upstairs having a little sleep. I hope you don't mind, but it got a little cold out there waiting for you.
I'm sorry I was late, Peter.
Yeah.
Claire Harrison is missing. I was out with a search party looking for her. Yes, hello? I want to report something. No, I don't want to hold. How did the recital go?
How do you think it went?
Peter, what kind of a game are you playing? I thought you wanted to talk, so why don't you quit attacking me and we'll try to have a rational adult conversation? Yes. Now stay on the line.
Okay, now calm down, lady. Let's have the story. Oh, yeah? That's the address. 6 Belmont Street. How many calls? Well, did you call the phone company? Oh, yeah? Well, miss, we're very busy here. There's been a child murdered in the park. I don't know when we can get a man on it. It's probably just one of your boyfriends playing a little joke. Yeah, well, I'll report it and try to get a man on it just as soon as possible. I'm sorry, miss.
I still not this register, and all I can see are holiday shoppers who have it out for me.
What would it be like to deliver a slice? Pick up, drop off, cash out. How nice!
This holiday season, there's a merrier way to make money. Earn fast with a gig you enjoy. Sign up to deliver with DoorDash.
Jess, what's wrong?
Little girl was found murdered in the park.
What?
A search party that was looking for Claire found a little girl murdered. Claire's still missing.
Well, Claire's all right.
Is she?
Now listen, Jess, I know you're upset. But I've got something to tell you. I'm leaving the conservatory.
Really wish this scene too had like
Now, just
a
hear
little
me
bit
out.
more presence of
Will you hear
Christmas
me
and,
out,
like,
please?
More lights or just more decorations scattered.
Now, I've lived in one
this,
room for
throughout
8
this
years,
frame,
and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of having to line up behind 6 people every time I want to take a bath. I've had it. I'm quitting the conservatory and we're getting married. Well, say something.
Do you remember when we first met? You told me about your wanting to be a concert pianist. How it was your greatest dream. And I told you about some of the things that I wanted to do. I still want to do those things. You can't ask me to drop everything I've been working for and give up all my ambitions because your plans have changed. Be realistic. I can't marry you.
Sure you can. What does it change? We could be married. You could still do anything you wanted to do.
Peter, I don't want to marry you.
Oh fuck, Peter, just call it quits, buddy. Just get out of there. Just try to go play hockey with your buddy goalie while you still can.
What about the baby?
And find a new girl, man.
I didn't want to bother you with it, sir.
My guy is still asking about this fucking baby.
6 Belmont Street. That's where your daughter is?
Yes, it is.
A high school girl's been murdered. Mr. Harrison's daughter is missing. And now, if the house house where she lives, the other girls are getting obscene phone calls. Don't you think we ought to look into it, Nash?
Well, Lieutenant, I guess, sure.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Yeah, thanks, Ken.
And at what point did the police ever just say, holy fuck, there might be a serial killer out there? This guy losing his shit over the one inside joke they decided to put in the movie. But these gotta be like the worst detectives in Toronto because holy fuck, you hire these guys and if you got like a killer in your house, even if you got a killer in your house for a day, this guy has had to have been in this house for at least a week now. I mean,
Well, that's the number at the sorority house.
Felicia?
Yeah, it's a new exchange. FE.
No exchange?
Yeah, Felicia. One of the girls that was in this afternoon gave it to me.
She gave it to you.
Yeah.
Nash, I don't think you could pick your nose without written instructions.
personally, I always kind of hate things like this where it's a bit forced. Like, we kind of like get the joke.
I know. Something dirty.
They're all even kind of like laughing a bit at this, but to me, it's just like horror movies back in the day were more mainstream and more comical.
You selfish bitch. You're talking
But
about
this
killing
is
babies
a cult classic, like an indie classic.
Now
So
can you see why I didn't want to tell you?
What the hell are you trying to do to me?
What are you doing to yourself?
it's not like me. I'm more into the gore and the violence and the splatterhouse stuff, right? But back in the day, you know, I mean, in 1974 especially, I mean, the thing that was competing with this was Texas
Let's get one
Chainsaw
thing
Massacre.
straight.
So when you compare the two, I mean, just
You are not going to abort that baby.
Peter, you're not going
right?
to tell me what I can and cannot do.
Jess, if you try getting an abortion...
I think you better leave.
If you try getting an
I
abortion...
said get out.
You're going to be very sorry.
Hi, Peter. I'll get Jess. Jess, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Any more news?
No, but there's some people here to see about the phone calls. Jess, this is Lieutenant Fuller, and I'm sorry.
Graham, Bill Graham. Are you the person who called the station today?
Yes.
Well, we'd like to put a tap on your phone, but we'll need your written permission to do that if it's okay with you.
Okay.
Okay, Graham, you can go ahead. And I'd like to see Claire Harrison's room. Where's the telephone?
Also,
there's one in the
like,
living room,
what
one here in the
exactly
hall. Claire's room's up
fucking
here.
gives them suspicion that there's any kind of like killer specifically targeting them? I mean, yeah, they have like received these phone calls and shit, but he's like, let's tap the phone, let's check the house, and nobody still fucking finds Claire. Like,
Hello, this is Lineman Graham. It's 6 Belmont. I'm working line 559-6114. Right.
it's just like intriguing to me, like out of the entire fucking city of Toronto,
Screaming at me.
they pretty
Who's
much
the last one here to see Miss
dwindled
Harrison?
the killer down to this one residence
When?
that could or could not possibly be
Last night
targeting
about
these surviving
10:30.
girls.
Just the way she left her room, as far as you know?
Yes.
What's this?
We were having a party last night.
She drink a lot?
No, hardly at all.
She have any emotional problems, anything like that?
No, not Claire.
So unfortunately, Lieutenant John Saxon here, he's just a rookie. He's not as
Who is she
far
seeing
into the
besides
field as he
Chris
should be. And he doesn't fucking find this killer at all.
Sure.
Killer's right underneath his nose. He has no fucking idea about it.
Well, so you were the
He's
last one to
putting
see her
his-
sometime this morning?
He's putting his moves on the ladies here.
Right, last night. Well, did anyone see her this morning?
No, I didn't. And all the other girls have gone for the holidays.
Can I get a list of their phone numbers where I can reach them?
Sure. There's one in Mrs. Mack's room.
Yeah, what I tell you, he's trying
Who's
to get
Mrs.
the
Mack?
She's the housemother.
I can't blame you. I would have partied with both the ladies too, Johnny.
In the house right now?
Yes, another girl, Barbara College. She's upstairs asleep. She's not feeling too well.
Is she the one that was at the station today?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let her sleep.
Okay.
Were there any deliveries yesterday, or was anyone working in the house, anything like that?
No, I don't think so. Mrs. Mack would know.
Is her sister's number on this list? Graham?
And that's
How's it
another
going? You
thing,
about
too,
finished?
like, he's so
Yeah, what
concerned
I've
about
done
this
is
house,
I've
and they're
tapped his
kind of
phone
giving
so that
him
when
this
it rings,
clue
it'll ring
with
at the
this
station house
piece
too.
of evidence the
Same time,
entire
I'll be at
time,
the
Miss
phone
Mack,
company
but
checking on the
he
location
never
of the
questions
source of the
where
call.
is Miss Mack
Are
or
there any other
how to
phones
find
numbers?
Miss Mack.
Yes, the house
Maybe
mother has a
Yeah, but it's
what the
another
fuck
number,
Miss
and
Mack
there haven't been any calls
knows.
You're gonna have to keep this guy on the line as long as possible. We got a mechanical system here, and it takes a while. I know it's not very pleasant, but
girls, can I show you something? See the car outside?
Yeah.
We've got one of our men in it, so you've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, sure.
Peter just getting his creep on in the cold Toronto night.
Just know Claire is dead. I can just feel it.
Come on now, Phil. We don't know that.
Poor Mr. Harrison. I feel so sorry for him.
Hey, hey. How's Chris?
Oh, he's okay. You know, Chris. Oh. I'm sorry, Jess. I guess I'm just exhausted. I've been taking these pills for my cold and they knock me out. Will you be okay if I go up to bed?
Yes, of course.
And a lot of the movie too, I think,
Are you sure?
you know, back
Yes.
in the day,
Go up
in,
and get some rest.
'74 when it originally came out, it's trying to lean audiences toward the idea that Peter is the killer, or potentially Peter is, you know, becoming the killer, or he is the killer.
Call me if
It's an
there's any
idea
news.
of that, essentially. They're not really going to be like, okay, well, here's the killer, and here's, you know, how it happened. You know, now as we know, the more we've watched the movie, I mean, it's been a while now since I've seen this movie, so I don't know every fucking scene, you know, to the T, like I would if I would have rewatched it. This is actually the first time I'm rewatching it in quite a bit of time. I try to watch it,
Yeah.
you know, every year around the
Everything
holidays
clear on your end,
because,
Jeff?
like I said, I do love this
Okay.
as a scary
Sure.
Christmas movie. That is one of my
Yeah.
favorite things to do
Now
around
look,
the
I'm gonna
holidays.
need about 10 more minutes. Now
But
be sure
again,
you tell those people again, they gotta
it's
keep
not
this guy
really
on
the
the line.
idea of we're going to
Right.
Because he
specifically
hasn't
tell
known
you
his hat for
who
the
the
last
killer
2
is,
days.
right? It's more
Yes, we
about
certainly
trying to
will look into
figure it
that. Thank
out,
you very much.
and they're trying to play it off that Peter is kind of
Graham's
the
nearly
killer.
ready at the switching station. Now, when the phone rings at the house there, this one will ring too. The transmitters have been removed, so we won't pick anything up at all from this end.
Great, thanks.
Lieutenant, the men are here from Scarborough.
Okay.
her skin.
Again, I just love the scenes of suspense in these classic horror movies. The scenes where Lieutenant John Saxon and she's just sitting by the phones here, waiting basically for this killer to call again.
Oh, what's the matter? Easy, relax. You'll be okay. It's okay. It's okay. I guess I had a nightmare.
Those were things about these movies
I
that you always had to
dreamed
kind
a
of ask
stranger
yourself when you watched
was
them.
coming in my room.
And I think that's also what made them scary back in
I
the
guess it's
day.
what gave me
People would
asthma.
always wonder
Take you
at
to
what
see it so
point
much
exactly are these characters going to be killed. You know, it's
I
not
should be so lucky to have
it's not
a
a
stranger
fucking
come in
Fast
my
and Furious
room.
kind of rapid pace, murder, death, every scene kind of movie. It is this more slow paced, drawn out, slow burn of a horror movie, which I can appreciate. Nice little addition here with the Christmas characters. Don't get me wrong, though. I would like to see this movie maybe redone, maybe even in a Dwayne Grimm way one day, but in a more of a Splatterhouse kind of more gory kind of nature. You know, the way that I kind of like to do movies, or even just more of a serious kind of crime thriller type of movie, because I also love those, and that's kind of what this is to me. It is a crime thriller kind of movie, but back in the day in '74, it was just kind of done very comical, and then in 2006, not necessarily more comical. It is a bit more dark and a bit more disturbing and graphic, but it's I guess it's in ways that make it just unenjoyable for a lot of the viewers. But if you are a fan of the Black Christmas movies, I think the first two, the '74 and the '06 ones, are equally as good as the other. You know, if you were to put this one up against the '06 and the '06 up against the '74, I think you could pick and choose what you like and what you don't like about each of them. To me, I like them both. This is probably my favorite scene here in Black Christmas '74, where my favorite character is about to get murdered by the killer Billy.
Agnes, it's all right. Shh, pretty Agnes.
This is a really well done scene with the glass shattering around her, all the little sculptures, and then the Christmas carols. How it's supposed to be kind of a peaceful and
Gene,
harmonic scene, but at the same time it isn't.
what's up? Gene, get the children in the car. What's going on? Please, just get them into the car. Okay, kids, let's go. Come along, children, hurry.
So now as we're approaching the end, quite a bit of the cast.
Miss? Miss?
It's really only drawing down to
Thank you.
our
Merry
final girl here, our main character.
There was a little girl murdered over in the park tonight. Yes, I heard. Your phone's ringing. Oh, yes. Excuse me. Good night. Certainly. Good night.
Testing.
Bill Graham. Trace call coming in on front 9.
Hello? Hello? Who's there?
Just like having a wart removed.
Oh, my God.
You know, right there she's starting to catch on. This killer really does know more about her than she thinks.
Hello?
Jess, we didn't get him. Look, there wasn't enough time. You'll have to keep him on the line longer.
Once
I
again,
see.
worst detective force in Toronto.
When you said, oh my God, did you recognize something?
No. I guess it was just kind of getting to me.
When he called before, did he use more than one voice like this?
Yes, he did. He used several different voices.
See, I meant to ask you tonight, who was the guy that was leaving when I arrived at your house?
My boyfriend, Peter.
Were you having a fight? But Jess, I'll have to call you back in a little while. Are you all right? I'll call you back in a little while and we'll get him next time.
Bernie, yeah, call the dog.
I'm not letting no son of a bitch trespass on my land in the middle of the night. I don't care what kind of a uniform he wears.
on
You fired on a police officer.
You goddamn right. I do it again, too. The bastard was trespassing.
Hogan got an ass full of birdshot.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make son of a bitch pick every one of them out with his teeth.
The next time you're going to get the gun up your ass. Sideways.
If you laugh, you
They
can't
don't even
bust you the Boy
react.
Scout, I swear.
Like they don't even laugh at that as much as the fellatio joke. Like crazy,
Why didn't you just tell the
crazy.
police?
That old guy
No, because
was
I'm not
fucking
really sure
great.
whether it should be stopped. Whoever it is should be stopped. God, Jess, I haven't had a minute's sleep around here. There's been so much noise in the house. What the hell was all that yelling about?
Bob had an asthma attack. She was having a nightmare.
Is she all right?
Yeah, she's fine. She's sleeping now. He repeated almost word for word what Peter said to me tonight.
Couldn't it just be a coincidence?
Oh, God, Phil, I don't know. I'm so confused.
Oh, look, Jess, I really don't think it could be Peter. You know, I don't like Peter much, but I don't think he's that sick.
I can't believe Peter would do this. He's so gentle most of the time. Oh, God, Phil, you know, I'm really getting scared.
Look, are you sure that cop's still out there?
Yeah, he's there.
When a killer calls.
Hello?
Jess?
Yes?
Please help me.
Oh, look, Peter, don't cry. We can straighten things out. There's nothing to get so upset about.
Yeah?
It's Bill Graham. You want me to trace that one?
Yeah, try and get it.
Right.
Jess, we can't kill the baby. Please, Jess, we can't kill the baby.
Peter, where are you?
Please, Jess. You know how I feel about the baby.
Don't do this.
Jess, don't hurt the baby.
Stop this, Peter.
You want her, baby. I know you do.
So now, I mean, you can imagine audiences
Please tell me where you are.
watching this, hearing the conversation now over the phone. It kind of almost sounds like he could be the killer. I mean, he's very hysterical. He's very just panicky right now. He's in a bit of a crisis, and a lot of the phone calls have been related to that
just aren't long
mental
enough.
state. So it almost relates to him a lot, and it almost does point him out as the suspect in this case. But
Yes.
Jess, Lieutenant Fuller. You want to tell me what that's all about?
You listened to that?
Yes. What did he mean about killing the baby? Jess, it's important that you tell me.
I'm pregnant. I told him I didn't want to have the baby.
come
Well,
on,
when did you
what's
tell
the
him
matter
this?
with you? That's about to be the next Wayne Gretzky.
Just today, you sure?
Yes.
We can't kill the baby. That's a strange way of putting it.
More of a Mario Lemieux guy, you know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh Penguins.
Neurotic, maybe?
No. No more than a lot of people.
Okay, Mario Lemieux
Jess,
and Jaromir Jagr.
are you telling me the truth? I've got a feeling you're holding something back from me. Now, I don't want it to be Peter, but if it is, he needs help. Do you know what I mean? The sooner the better. Now look, think back. Was Peter with you any of the times that you got one of these calls?
Yes. Yes, he was here. He was at the house tonight when the first call came. That's right. It couldn't be Peter. Phil, it couldn't be Peter. He was here.
Well, he's obviously upset about something. I'd like to talk to him. Can you tell me where I might reach him?
Well, he lives at Baker House. But when he gets like this, he usually goes down to the recital hall at the music conservatory and plays.
Now look, Jess, if you get any more calls, you're going to have to keep him on the line longer. You're not giving us enough time to get a trace.
I'm trying. You know, it really upsets me.
Right, of course. Look, you're doing fine.
These Toronto detectives are really just failing every time now. They can't track the fucking killer.
God.
They can't track fucking Peter.
I knew it couldn't have been Peter.
Well, what can I tell you? Covered the entire campus area. We're working our way toward the lake now. Where do we go from
These
there?
fucking idiots can understand is a fellatio.
Start them out on the south end of town and have them work their way through town on a house-to-house.
I like how they try so badly too to put the American flag everywhere in the scene. Like, it's just kind of like randomly scattered about, but it's one of the rare instances in this movie where you actually see the flag that much.
Okay.
Our flag, at least, not the Canadian. who's currently my favorite Penguins player, Evgeny Malkin. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Malkin.
What are you doing? Some kind of
And my
search
favorite
party.
Sabres player currently, Buffalo Sabres.
Yes?
Tage
Sorry to
Thompson.
scare you, miss, but we're with the search party.
72 Tage. TNT,
What do you
baby.
want?
Well, we wondered if you'd seen anything peculiar tonight.
Well, not until you got here. Well, they scared the shit out of me.
This is also like
Sorry,
a
miss,
weird
but
question,
you
but
do know
it's
there was a
in
girl killed in the park tonight.
74
Yes, we heard.
was
Well, we just telling
Christmas
the police to look for the
carolers
killer.
like really common in Toronto,
we don't
Canada?
scream, you know,
Like, is
but
that
our
like
dog died last
something
night.
that like actually
Oh,
like people just go
well,
and
we
then this guy
don't
just
wanna
shows up to your
bother you
fucking
time
house
like
with
that.
a shotgun?
We was just
Like
wondering if you
this is
noticed
just
anything
common in
suspicious
Toronto,
here
Canada?
tonight.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Yeah, well, you just keep your doors and windows locked, and you'll be safe. You
Okay.
understand?
Thanks a
Yeah,
lot, we will.
and remember, there might be others from the search party around, so
Yeah.
don't be afraid. We'll be around to see that you're safe.
Good enough. Thank you very
Just
much.
remember to lock those doors and windows now, Dave.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
then.
Bye,
Good
bye.
night now.
We're locking the doors and windows now, alright? Trust the guy with the shotgun and the spoofy dude just coming around.
No, seriously, do you realize this is the only door and window in this whole house that's locked?
Nash, get the Dean of Admissions on the phone. Tell him I want all records on a Peter Smythe, music student. Then have a car meet me out front.
You know it's fucked when Miss Mac hasn't removed all of her liquor bottles from her storage places. That's when the characters should immediately know that something fucked is going on. Yeah, the way to win at this movie, like if you want to find the killer, if you want to know like if Miss Mac is dead, just leave out a fucking bottle of alcohol. Put Miss Mac's name on it. It will still be there, and that is how they will know.
Phil? Are you there?
This is a little ago, but I really love all the wooden architecture around this house. Like I really love the design of the outside, how it's like a castle, kind of like a brick kind of design, and then on the inside it's all of this like classic wood architecture. Just beautiful like hand carved wooden designs.
Hello?
You fat pig. You pig. You bitch pig. I want to control food, baby. No, really, no.
as you can see from the police car, it's taking place
Graham,
in a
it's
town,
group 140, terminal
some city called
55.
Bedford. I think in the movie they're trying to like play it off that it takes place in America. I'm really not sure. But it's filmed in Toronto.
Lieutenant Fuller,
Yeah, Nash, what is it?
a phone company's on the other line, sir. They say they got a trace on this one.
Yeah, let's have it.
He says the calls are coming from number 6 Belmont Street.
For Christ's sakes, Nash, you got it wrong. That's where the calls are going into.
That's where they're coming from, too, sir.
The killer is in the house. The killer is inside the house.
Jennings? 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 Jennings, where the hell are you?
Jennings is KIA.
Nash? Nash!
Yes, sir.
Look, I can't get through to Jennings. I want you to call that girl. Nash, be calm. Don't tell her that the guy is in the house. Just tell her to put down the phone and walk straight out the front door. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Nash, if you blow this, I'll kill you.
Phil? Phil, where are you?
It's a great strategy until
Please
Lieutenant
answer
Saxon
me.
gets sidetracked at a Timmy hose, picking up coffee and donuts.
Hello?
Who is this?
It's Jess.
Miss Bradford, this is Sergeant Nash.
Jess.
Are you the only
The
one in the
calls are
house?
coming from inside the house.
No. Phil and Bob are upstairs asleep. Why?
All right. Now, I want you to do exactly what I tell you without asking any questions,
Fucking
okay?
dead too.
No questions.
You gotta check on your friends more.
Back on the hook, walk to the front door, and leave the house.
What's wrong?
Please, Miss Bradford, please just do as I tell you.
Okay. I'll get Phil and Bob.
No, don't do that, Jess. Yes, the caller is in the house. The calls are coming from the house. Jess! Jess, get up! And don't go up there.
This is the scene where they should have threw fucking Miss Mac's body down the stairs, just barricaded right through the railings.
Miss Bradford. Miss Bradford.
And I like how Jess like is immediately just like, you know what? Let me just leave my friends behind. Let me not check on Barb, who already had a fucking panic attack in the middle of the night. There's a killer inside the house, but you know, you're all alone. How are you gonna fight the killer? She doesn't even have a weapon. You should at least get a weapon, Jess. You know, you gotta stop stressing. There you go. You gotta arm yourself. Let's see how more focused she is when she's got a weapon. You know, she's got her bearings straight. She's a little more armed and dangerous. There you go, Jess. So now she's armed with the fucking fire poker. And she's gonna go find her friends. that put the ship that they had built there on that table, that little.
Bob? Phil?
If I was just honestly, I would just wait for the police. Oh yeah.
Agnes, it's me, Billy. Agnes, don't you tell what we did, Agnes.
Slams the door on the nutcracker up there. He grabs her by the hair. The fight is on. Jess is fighting for her life now against the killer, believe it or not, because of the way that the movie is done so well, and the camera angles that they chose to display, it's still not confirmed who the killer is. At this point, the audience still believes, is it Peter, is it not Peter? And that's kind of what this scene is foretelling here. More of the suspense in these classic horror movies, right? Just not sure if that's the killer. Why are they creeping outside of the house?
Jess? Jess? Are you alright? Jess? Jess, are you in there?
Honestly, I would have loved if this scene, instead of what's going on, the killer actually, right there, he, grabs Peter's face and just smashes it through the fucking glass window, and, maybe, even, a piece of glass, goes through you know, this is all me and my director mind, but a piece of glass would like go through his throat or something, or maybe they would even like get into a bit of a brawl, a
Jess?
scuffle, and
Jess?
that would allow Jess to kind of escape. But again, the thing that this movie is trying to play off at the time is Peter the killer, is
Jess,
he
is
not
that
the
you?
killer? I would have just grabbed them fucking skates right there, if you ask me, and I would have fucking
Jess?
been had that other than the
You in
fire
there?
poker. But hey, whatever lets Jess feel better about herself, you know, whatever helps her sleep at night.
Jess? Jess, is that you? Jess? Why didn't you answer me? What all the yelling about? Jess, you had me worried. What are you doing down here? Jess?
I knew it. I knew it in my gut it was that kid.
Why would Peter start killing people?
I don't know.
Whole time,
He must have made a
she
call
basically thought that it was her boyfriend.
after each murder.
So
It's
she
hard to
had
believe Jess would kill anybody, much less Peter.
been so
She's under.
How long do you think it'll
terrified
be before I can
and
talk?
just so scared
Just a
that
couple
when Peter had come
I
down
mean,
there
she'd
to
be out for
confront
at least
her,
4 hours and pretty
she ends up
groggy
killing
after
him.
that. What time do her parents get here?
And the
Couple of
police are
hours.
also
They're
kind of
driving down
convinced
from
that it was Peter because of
I'll stay
phone
with her till
calls he
then.
had made and just
But the condition
other
she's in, I
behavior
wouldn't count on
decisions
talking to
that
her
he
before
made.
tomorrow afternoon if I were you. Has anybody notified Patrick Cornell?
Who?
Phil's boyfriend. It's okay, I'll do it.
Lieutenant, I think we're going to have to take these bodies to the morgue in Lincolnville. The hospital doesn't have facilities to handle this many at one time.
All right, tell the coroner they have to get started on the autopsies right away. Then notify the parents for identification.
Yes, sir. I think that about wraps everything up here, sir. The state lab guys will be here in about an hour. They said. Reporters, sir, and television news guys, they want pictures.
Get them the hell out of here. Tell them I'll meet them down at the station.
All right, guys, come on.
The Bradford girl being charged.
All right, you guys. Come on. Hang on. Hang on. Yes, the girl's father's upstairs, but he can't tell you.
Would you keep it down, please? We've got a sick girl in here.
Look, Olivia,
Peter does
I
kind of
don't
get it
know
bad
this
in
girl.
this movie, you know. He basically gets told by his girlfriend that she doesn't love him, she doesn't want to have his kid, she doesn't want to marry him, and then she basically fucking kills him. So that's the character Peter in Black Christmas.
She'll be all right, Mr. Harrison. She's gonna be back, I know it.
Somebody give us a hand here. Hey, you.
Nash, you see that everything's wrapped up?
All right, Lieutenant, will do.
Hey, Lieutenant.
Hey, you. Come on, out. You want to spend the night in the can? Move. Jesus, what's the matter with this guy?
He's suffering from shock. We have to get him to the hospital. Can you get us a car, Nash?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, McCloskey. You heard what the lieutenant said. All right.
And this is basically the beautiful thing about Black Christmas as a horror movie. In 1974, audiences were guessing, okay, well, Peter's the killer, he's dead now. Why is the movie still going on, right? Why is it still kind of playing? Well, that's because it's not over. The original killer is still out there, and that's kind of why I love Black Christmas too as a movie. Is it's because it does play tricks on you like that. If you have never watched them, and especially watching these for the first time, I could imagine back in the day, just how much of a mind fuck, you know, you really had to play with like audiences. You basically make them believe one thing when something else is potentially going to happen or is happening. And of course, this is how this movie is going to end, which is why I kind of like the remake too in its own way. You get to see a little bit more in the remake, but it basically just ends in the house with Jess falling asleep and then the attic full of bodies. Miss Mac and Claire peering outside of the sorority house window. And I really love the design of this house too. Like if I ever do get to do like a top 10 houses or even just get to see this house in real life, I just love how it's got that brick castle design on the outside. Like I said, it's such a beautiful house. And one day we might have to do a top 10 horror houses on this channel. That is definitely one of mine. I just love the design of that. But ladies and gentlemen, werewolves and vampires, ghosts and goblins, that has been Black Christmas 1974. Thank you so much for watching it with me. Once again, my name is Dwayne Grimm, also known as Demonic. If you guys want to check me out, you can find me on Instagram, OVO Demonic. I actually have music on my Instagram. I do make a bit of hip hop. I like to describe it as horrorcore. It's a little bit of like a horrorcore, like alternative hip hop. So if you're into that, please check that out. Once again, OVO Demonic at Instagram. This year alone, I've put out about 30 songs, so I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of how this project has turned out. It's called Fall from Heaven. Um, so if you're interested in any of that, please check it out. It would really mean a lot to me, and it would really help me out. Which is just one of my big goals too, is to just hopefully do something one day with music and movies. That's my dream because that's what I love. So thank you so much, guys, for again doing this with me and staying and watching. This is the first time I've ever done something like this. So hopefully we can do more of this. And hopefully this is something that turns out to even if it's not like successful at first, hopefully it's something that we just enjoy doing, because I've kind of had the idea of having like movie nights on this channel for a while. And happy holidays, everybody. So hopefully this is just something that was a nice little gift and something that we can do again. Thank you and take care. Always remember, keep it spooky, keep it scary, and always celebrate every day like it's Halloween.